right, we have head coach Matt Hall, obviously. First off, Jason Lash, and pitcher Andy Lowe. Coach, do you want to make any opening remarks before the guys ask questions?
I think that's a baseball game that's supposed to be played at the College World Series. Going in number 1 versus number 2 in the country. You got to give both teams credit. Both pitchers pitched out of trouble at different times. I think that's for the teams that got here. That's why you work all year to be here, is to play in that type of ball game. It was a lot of fun. To be honest, it's probably the least nervous I've been about a ball game all year, and I think it's because you know it's going to be one of those games. Your guys are going to be ready to play. Their guys are going to be ready to play, and it's going to be a great experience. And fortunately today we made one more play than what they made, and were able to come out on top.
Jason, can you just talk about the at-bat, runners on first and third in the ninth? You had a little bit of trouble at the plate earlier, and you come up in the most important part and just talk about going after that first pitch.
Yeah, my first 4 at-bats, I knew were some of my better at-bats that I've had all year. But I just had to stay focused and just stay calm and confident and know that I could get the job done. And honestly, I was just trying to hit a fly ball to the outfield, just with 1 out, try and get something that I could handle and get it into the outfield to score that run. And I got just enough of it and got it up the middle. It was a little deja vu from high school. I was telling a couple of the guys that same kind of thing happened. So.
Andy, could you talk about coming in, 2 men on, 1 out? How big was that pitch? And what'd you throw?
It was a changeup, and that was one that I kept down. So the changeup's going to drop, so it's going to be pounded into the ground. And getting that double play really, I guess, it kicked the momentum back our way with them getting first and third with 1 out.
Andy, they had after the back-to-back doubles that tied the game, they had their 3 and 4 hitters up and a guy on second. And what were you thinking at that point with the game tied, and how were you able to kind of get out of that particular situation?
Just rely on the pitches called and hit my spot. Hit your spots, and that's what does it, I guess.
You fielded a ball and slid into and had to be looked at the trainer.
Yes.
Anything happen with that? Or?
Nah, I just got a cleat mark in the ankle. I mean, it got me pretty good, but I'm okay. I'll ice it down tonight, but I'll be fine. Just part of the game. I mean, he came in hard, and just part of the game of baseball.
Coach, talk about his defense. Seemed like every ball, certainly all around the infield that got hit to somebody, was played perfectly and played well. But let's just talk about Jason here for a minute.
Yeah, Jay played a great defensive game for us. It did really seem like whether it was up the middle or pulled in the hole, he was there and able to just get enough on every throw to beat him by about a half a step. And I think overall our team defense for the entire game is probably the reason why we came out on top. They had a couple chances to make plays, whether they were diving plays or not, but they didn't quite come up with them, and we were able to get some runs out of those situations. And so I thought we played really solid defense today.
Did you say to Ethan when you recruited him that, hey, you come here, you can pitch the first game of the World Series in your first year?
I think you know me better than that, Zach. That's not part of the recruiting deal, but probably going into today, if you would have said Ethan's going to go 6+ innings and not give up any runs, we'd say let's start in the 7th. We'll probably start 0-0 in the 7th, and that's not because we don't have confidence in Ethan, but man, what a big way to go out there and stand up on the national stage. But he's been there before. He's been our most consistent guy from the first start of the year up through now. He's got the game ball for the first start in the conference tournament and the regional tournament, and we expected him to go out there and give us a great opportunity. And he did a tremendous job giving us a chance to win a ball game.
Jason, can you talk about going up against their starter? He hasn't lost a game all year, and it just seemed like early on, he was doing such a great job of working out of trouble. And from the offensive perspective, what was your idea there? Just were you upset that you weren't getting the guys in, or what was the?
We had a lot of scoring chances early, and I go up there with the same approach every single time. I mean, I'm looking for a pitch that I can drive up in the zone, and I had trouble early. I came up in a couple key opportunities and didn't get the job done, but just stayed focused. And our team did a great job just battling and sticking with it and just putting together great at-bats. Like the at-bat that Steve had in the ninth to start us off. I mean, without that, we don't win that ball game. I mean, he battled and then hit that line drive up the middle. And we also did a good job bunting the baseball, too. I mean, just moving runners, giving ourselves the best opportunity to score, and we just stuck with our plan throughout the game and came through in the end.
Coach, talk about playing in the Mid-East region. You have a lot of quality teams there, and certainly in the OAC with Marietta. How does that help you prepare for games like this?
You know, we really, I think if you're going to be a national caliber team, and we feel like we've been one of those teams, you know, unfortunately the last several years, until this year, we haven't been able to break through and get out to a World Series, but we've tried to put a national caliber schedule together from start to finish, and, you know, the kid today was awesome. I mean, he did a great job on the mound. And not taking anything away from him, but we faced a lot of very good pitchers this year, and I think that prepares you. We played a lot of close games, and I think all those things, when you put it all together throughout a year, playing a great schedule, you know, playing in our conference, playing in the Mid-East region, you know, I think we looked forward. You know, some people were talking about how it was, you know, it wasn't right that the #1 team and the #2 team in the country were playing right off the bat. And to tell you the truth, I think we relished that opportunity to step out on the field against the #1 team in the country in the first game of the World Series. Why not?
Andy, knowing you got somebody like Jason, and really the defense today, does it make it that much easier? You know, when you've got, you know, you feel like, hey, I don't have to strike people out. I can just, you know, they're going to hit it and make plays. Guys like Jason.
I mean, like I've said before, I told you before, I'm not going to be a strikeout pitcher, and the more you keep the ball down, the more ground balls you're going to get. And if last time I looked at stats, I know we were feeling like 950 or something like that, and that's pretty high, and especially for the infield, especially at this, people hitting the ball as hard as teams like Johns Hopkins was, and we made plays today that were big and came up with big plays, and it makes you feel confident on the mound to be able to throw the pitch, and as soon as they swing and hit it in the ground, you know it's going to be made.
Jason, I think in the last inning of the big play, you went to set your back foot and it slipped when you threw to first base. Still made the throw, still got the guy, but did you think like, oh crap? You know?
No, I still had confidence that when I let it go that it was going to be a firm, solid throw to first. I mean, this field doesn't give it all. I mean, it's a big league. I mean, a big league pro field, and I don't know. I just went to set my back foot, and I guess kind of went out from underneath me a little bit, but.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay.